is John Horsman. I work for TruRating, and TruRating is the world's first consumer feedback service that operates on the payment terminal. So when you pay by credit card, those little PIN pads, we ask one question. It's anonymous, it's very quick, so it could be a question like, please rate the service from 0 to 9, or please rate the product range from 0 to 9. That answer, that one key press, goes to the retailer, to the merchant, to our insight dashboard, and it helps them make better decisions. So we give consumers the ability to say when they pay, and we give retailers and merchants the ability to listen to what their customers are saying. Because we operate in the traditional customer journey, there's no new hardware, we're getting mass representation of customer base. So we're getting 88% response rates. We've been live in the UK for over a year now. We've taken 1.3 million ratings, so 9 out of 10 people are literally rating, which is fantastic.
Okay, walk me through the process for a consumer. Let's say I'm in a store, what do I experience?
So let's say you're at a grocery retailer. As soon as the first item is scanned, on the payment terminal, a question will appear, and it will be that question, something like, please rate the experience from 0 to 9, or please rate the service from 0 to 9. You literally press the number. So if you think it's a great experience, you'll press an 8 or a 9. If it's a terrible experience, you'll press 0 to 5. You'll press that number, and that's it. Cashier will carry on scanning the items, and then it will come up and you'll pay by credit card or pay by cash, by whichever means you choose, and that's it. But what it does is it's a validated consumer. So you made the purchase, the experience is fresh in your mind at that very point, so you're giving very honest, fresh in mind feedback at that point.
How does a company that gets, say, 3s all across the board as far as 3s out of 10, what do they do with that information to improve? Where do they know that they've gone wrong?
So because we ask questions across 5 dimensions: product, value, experience, service, and recommendability. So let's say, for example, service is dipping, it's in a specific store, it's in a specific lane, it's consistently 3s, as you mentioned. This enables them to say, okay, that specific lane is performing badly, what is the problem? They can ask their own questions, they can ask 2 customized questions across the stores, and they could literally say, please rate the friendliness of the staff, or please rate the knowledge of the staff. So it actually might be a problem that they're consistently being rated 3s because they've not been trained effectively, or they're just not friendly. So it enables you to really hone in on that insight. So because we ask across those 5 dimensions, there's a huge amount of coverage that we give. So we offer value to store managers, to operations, to marketing. You can do A to B testing. You could do something like have an innovation store where you try out new things, test it against a store that's a traditional store, and see whether these new things are actually working well. And the key is because we can join customer sentiment with transaction volume, you can see kind of what happens when customers who rate a 3 compared to those who rate 8 or 9s, and it gives you that opportunity to say, if we take our customer base that rate here up to here, it's worth X dollars. So it's actually very quantifiable. So it's very easy to build out the business case.
So do you think this is the future as far as how people are going to be giving feedback as customers?
So I think feedback today, the model or the methodologies that people use is fundamentally flawed, and that is because generally a very low percentage of people give feedback, and those that are giving feedback are generally in the I'm very happy or I'm very dissatisfied. It's what about all of the rest? What about the normal consumers or the average consumer like you or I, who might say, do you know what, we're having an average experience, but I'm not going to pick up the phone, I'm not going to do a long online survey. So yeah, I think this is going to be the way, because mass representation, getting customer feedback from the mass volumes of your customer base is essential to making good business decisions. If you're making business decisions from 1% of your customer base, asking whether you want to hear from the other 99%, we're getting 88%. It really is a ratings revolution, and we believe that this will be the ratings method of the future.